Hello dear students, so good to be back with you and welcome to yet another session on personality development. Today's session is a really different and a unique one. You are not going to find this topic in most of the personality development books, but let me tell you, this topic is extremely important for all of you. And it is my guarantee that all of you are going to need this topic in your life sometime or the other. So pay particular attention to all the points which are being mentioned over here, and you can jot down the points if you wish to. Before revealing the topic to you, let me give you a little bit of a background. Aniket, one of my students, gave me a call frantically and said, "Ma'am, I desperately want to meet you." I said, "Okay, I'll give you an appointment." When I kept the phone down, I started thinking about Aniket. I had taught him about 3.5 years back. I remember him. He was an intelligent chap, good vocabulary, very good presentation skills, and IQ was very high, very hardworking, very committed. I said, शायद ऐसे ही मिलने आ रहा होगा, उसको काउंसलिंग की जरूरत नहीं होगी. But when Aniket actually came and I saw him, my face fell. I said, "Aniket, what happened? ये क्या हाल बना के रखा है? What is the problem? Counseling के लिए आए हो क्या?" He said, "Yes, ma'am, I desperately need counseling." I told him, "But what is the matter? You were so intelligent and I thought you would be doing very well in life." He said, "Ma'am, I still am intelligent. I still am hardworking. I'm still 100% committed to my work. But क्या करूं? In the past 1 year, I have left 6 to 7 jobs." I said, "Why?" He said, "Madam, I love my work. I give my 100% to my work. But the problem is, I just cannot get along with my bosses. When my boss tells me something, I feel like punching him on his nose. Or I just don't agree to my boss. Or I just don't like his personality. These are the problems that I am facing everywhere." I said, "Aniket, बस यही है आपकी problem. आप 9 to 5 job कैसे करोगे if you cannot listen to your boss? If you have to work under somebody, you have to learn how to listen to that person and respect that person. You are not to judge that person. You are not the boss. When you become the boss, people will definitely listen to you. But till the time you are working under a boss, you are not there to change the boss. You are not there to teach the boss. You are there only to listen to the boss and execute all what he is telling you to do in the best of your capability. Only then can you have a 9 to 5 job. Otherwise तो आप काम ही नहीं कर सकोगे. और बॉस कैसे बनोगे फिर? आपको वहां तक जाने के लिए ये काम करना पड़ेगा. And till that time, patiently listen to your boss. Just remember one thing, the boss is a boss, is a boss, is a boss. That is all. Well, I gave him a few sessions on boss management, and today Aniket is stuck to his job for the past 1.5 years. He is very happy. He has learned how to manage the bosses, and the boss is very happy with him, and I am very happy that his future has been taken care of. So my dear students, just remember one thing, that when you are working, please do not try to change your boss. Just learn how to manage your boss. ये boss management है क्या? I am sure you would have guessed the topic for the day. The topic for the day is boss management. The thought might come in your head, ये boss management कोई topic है study करने के लिए? And is it an important topic? Yes, my dear students, it is a very, very important topic, because if you learn how to manage your boss, your professional life is going to be happy. And if your professional life is happy, your personal life will be happy. Boss management has got nothing to do with how intelligent you are or how efficient you are. You might be very intelligent. You might be very efficient. But irrespective of that, you have to learn the skills of managing your boss. This is extremely important and crucial for your success. ये बॉस मैनेजमेंट क्या चापलूसी करना है या पटरिंग करना है या मस्का लगाना है, बहुत से लोग ये बातें करते हैं अपने प्रमोशन के लिए, अपनी राइज के लिए, अपने पर्सनल मोटिव्स के लिए. बॉस मैनेजमेंट, I am not teaching you all these things. What I am trying to teach you is learning how to manage different types of personality types. That is not chaplacy. That is only known as diplomacy. In the management terminology, it is known as being diplomatic or giving different strokes to different people. इसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है. It is just a technique. It is a technique of getting along with different types of people. And good HR people and people who are rising up the ladder of success are people who know these techniques very well. Bosses क्या हैं? They are also human beings. And there are so many different personality types of human beings. अगर हम ये कुछ personality types समझ लें, तो उनके साथ कैसे डील करना है, वो हमको समझ में आ जाएगा. And we will also be happy, our bosses will also be happy. So let us not waste any time and let us see the first personality type, which is very, very common as far as the bosses are concerned. That is the Mr. Egocentric boss. Well, you find a lot of ego in the bosses who have risen up to this ladder, which is fine. They have worked very hard for this position, and it is only right that they should have that much of ego on top of their head. Ego यानी के अहम, यानी के अहंकार. I have already given you lessons in so many of my sessions as far as ego is concerned. I have told you ego is not very good for relationship management. I have told you too much of ego is not very good for your mental health. पर ये सब अपने बॉस को जाके मत सिखाना आप. मैडम ने बोला है ego is not very good for your health. Ego is not good for maintaining the relationships in the office. Personal relationships will get spoiled. Please, because you are not a teacher or a mentor to your boss. Please remember this. You would be very, very tempted to suggest to your boss some things or to teach him some things. But please do not give him any kind of prophecy or any kind of advice. Any advice which is not required and which is not welcome should not be given. You must remember, once again I am repeating, that you are not there to mentor your boss, you are not there to coach your boss, you are there only to manage your boss. Because if you start teaching him and preaching him, it might go against you. आपकी job चली जाएगी. Most likely. Well, there are cases if you get very close to your boss, then it is a very different thing. But till the time you are having a proper boss-employee relationship, don't get into teaching and mentoring. But you can deal with him in a slightly different manner. So what are the things that you can do in order to manage an egocentric boss? First of all, few things which you can do. Be perfect in your job. 100% committed you have to be on your part. Pay compliments to your boss from time to time. Egocentric people, they thrive on compliments. They have worked very, very hard for whatever they have achieved in life. कोई compliment तो मिले उनको. But compliments genuine होने चाहिए, sincere होने चाहिए. The egocentric people love compliments and they thrive on it. A simple compliment like, sir, you are so systematic in your job or you are so well planned. But compliment कब देना है, कैसे देना है, you have to use your head for that. Next one, most likely that egocentric people are very stressed out. All the time they are stressed out because they are carrying so much of ego on top of their head. It is stressful. So as a person, as an employee, as a person who is working for him, it is your responsibility to have some stress busters around in the office. That you can do it in the form of, you can have fresh flowers around in the office, you can have good housekeeping, good music, soft music, or if he is a foodie, see that good food is served to him. Make a list of things which help him to reduce his stress level. That ways, he will be de-stressed and little bit of his ego, inflated ego, will come down and his mind will be diverted. So these are a few things that you can do in order to manage an egocentric boss. But the only thing that you must not do is keep your own ego very high. तब तो कुछ आगे हो ही नहीं सकता है. Nothing is going to happen. You just have to manage an egocentric boss. That's all. Let us go to the next type of a boss, that is Mr. Perfectionist or Miss Perfectionist. As the name suggests, these are very perfect type of bosses. They like to do everything in a very perfect manner. It is a treat to see these people. Mr. Perfectionist who walks into the office will walk into the office with a perfect coat, pant, shirt, hair neatly done up, polished shoes, a good bag, his office, everything very systematically kept. And similarly, Miss Perfectionist is going to walk in with a crisp sari or a good formal western wear, proper makeup, proper hair, good accessories. You will find nothing out of place. Even the office, all the paperwork. Isn't it lovely to see these people? There's lots to learn from them. Yes, it is beautiful to see them and observe them, but it is equally difficult to work for them. And if you have a boss as Mr. Perfectionist or Miss Perfectionist, let me tell you, you have had it. Because they are also going to expect perfection out of other people. खुद तो perfect हैं, दूसरों से भी perfection demand करते हैं वो. Otherwise, you cannot work for them. Don't worry, there is a way to deal with these kind of people. I will give you an example. Mrs. Shukla was a very perfect type of a boss. And she did everything perfectly. She was very passionate about treating her foreign clients in her guest house. She used to have lavish parties for them. And she had good flower decoration, good interior decoration and everything. Naina, who was working for her, initially was quite perturbed. She said, "What is this? I am an MBA and every time all the work Mrs. Shukla is giving me, ये flower decoration अच्छे से कर देना, इसमें lilies होने चाहिए, ये interior decoration में ये artifacts होने चाहिए." She said, "Am I an interior decorator or am I an MBA? I don't understand." I just gave her a small mantra, and after that her whole attitude towards her job changed. She had a gap of 2 months. In that gap, she did one small course on flower decoration, one small course on interior decoration, one course on etiquettes, one course on how to talk to people, how to influence people, and my God, her personality has undergone a 180-degree turn. She is such an interesting person today. When I met her, I said, "What is this, Naina? Oh, how come this change is there in your personality?" She said, "Madam, thanks to you and thanks to Mrs. Shukla, my boss. She's such a perfectionist." I said, "If she wants me to do certain things, why can't I upgrade my skills? Whatever she wants me to do, let me do it in the best of my capability." And when I changed my attitude, I learned so many new things in life. And I started becoming more confident about myself. And I think I have become an interesting person. I can talk well to people, I can converse, I can do so many other things. My boss is very happy with me and I am very excited about every new assignment that she gives me because every time I get to learn something new. So you see, Mr. Shukla is happy, Naina is happy, our company is doing, it's booming, it is doing very well. If you just change your attitude a little bit from, "Arey, what is this my boss is expecting me to do?" to, "Let me see, what is it that new I can learn, how I can upgrade my personality," then definitely it will make all the difference. Because working for perfectionist people has a lot of advantages, definitely for your job, but for your own personality. You will be surprised to know that there are so many things that we can learn and so many ways in which we can upgrade our personalities, provided you keep your mind open. So with Mr. and Miss Perfectionist, this is the only mantra. Be in the learning mode and do not deny them and do not just step back that I don't want to do this. Then you can definitely deal with them in a very nice manner. Let us go on to the third type, is the theory X type of a boss. In management, there are two theories, theory X and theory Y. Theory X type of a manager is a very autocratic, a very disciplined and an authoritarian type of a boss. When he gives an instruction, he immediately wants everybody to comply with that instruction. Hitler जैसे होता है वो. He does not give any explanations, any justifications for what he wants from you. Do this because I have told you to do this. Now, people do work for this kind of a boss, but they work out of fear. They are not happy to work for this kind of a boss because this theory has become a little outdated today. People do not like a Hitlerian kind of an attitude. They like a friendly kind of an approach. पर अगर आपके पास ऐसा boss है, तो there is only one strategy which can work for you. First of all, have lot of de-stressors for him, and secondly, if you can get a little close to him and have a show him the human side of life, maybe that can soften him up a little bit. This is not a 100% guarantee, but you can give it a try. Kamini was one such type of a boss. And when Geeta started working for Kamini, she said, my God, who is going to work for her? But she took it up as a challenge. She said that I'm going to get closer to her and try to find out what her problem is. When she got closer to Kamini, she realized that Kamini, in the heart of hearts, was not really a bad person. She was not really the kind of person that she showed to the world. She was alone, she was lonely, and she had a lot of her personal problems. And when Geeta approached her as a friend, Kamini confided in her, and Kamini found a sounding board in Geeta, and that softened her up. And after that, Geeta introduced Kamini to a lot of other things of life, beautiful things of life, happy things of life, and Kamini became a changed person altogether. So if you just see the situation from a slightly different point of view, introduce humanistic things, show your boss the other side of life, definitely some changes can happen. But it is not a 100% guarantee. You can definitely give it a try. Well, the next type of a boss is a slightly different shade I'm talking about, but we do have this kind of a boss also, that is stingy, miserly, and a micromanager. All these three qualities are there in this type of a boss. Micromanager in the sense they like to micromanage people. They will give the work, delegate the work, but they want full control. They will check people like anything. They like to micromanage the people. They do not trust people. And the second area which they cannot accept, and they are very, very tight-fisted. They are stingy. They are miserly. They are conjuice. For them, businesses are really not more about business. Businesses are really not more about people. For them, businesses are totally about money. Money, money, and money. You might sacrifice on the quality. They are not bothered about the quality, but they are bothered about giving the hisab kitab right up to the last penny. I will give you an example. Mr. Mukherjee was this kind of a boss. He hollered at his accounts officer, where is the hisab of 250 rupees? Until and unless I get the hisab of 250 rupees, I am not going to clear the bill of 40,000. My God, yes, there are this category of people. They want the hisab right up to the last rupee. Well, you're not going to challenge this if you have this kind of a boss. You might say, what is this? You're dealing with such big money and you're talking about the hisab up to the last rupee. You cannot change these kind of people. Don't even try to. I said you are not there to change your bosses. You have to learn how to manage the bosses. तो अगर आपके boss इस type के हैं, then there are a few things that you can do. In any case, as far as money matters are concerned, you are not to question anything. You have to be very clear. Money matter is a very sensitive issue and you should be very clear about all money matters. So a few things that you can do in order to deal with this kind of a boss is, first of all, you must have proper bills. Keep proper bills, file them properly, pin them up, keep proper accounts. It is very important to keep the proper accounts. You cannot say that मुझे वो account नहीं मिल रहा है, मुझे वो bill नहीं मिल रहा है. That is not going to work with these kind of people. The only mantra for these people is हिसाब किताब बराबर होना चाहिए. They are going to be very happy. So if you have gauged that about your boss, you have to be very particular about your accounts, about maintaining your accounts, and about presenting your accounts. This is the only way to deal with these kind of people. Well, the next type of boss is also a very interesting kind of a boss. He is a storyteller. He loves to tell stories. Now, why could a boss want to tell stories? There could be n number of reasons for that. Maybe he is a little unhappy, or maybe he does not have too many people to listen to his stories at his own home. So he wants people at workplace to listen to his stories. Mr. Sonavane was one such type of a person when I was working in an organization, and he loved to tell stories during the lunch time. Most of these stories are going to be family related issues. The stories which Mr. Sonavane used to tell us was about how his wife was so careless, how she used to spend so much of money here and there, how she does not devote any time in the house, how his children are neglecting him, and so many other issues. From your part, what should your role be? What should your stance be? Well, you are not there to solve his marital problems. You are not there to give him any tips on parenting. वो करना भी नहीं चाहिए आपको. It will go against you. So what should you do? You just have to listen. The biggest mantra for dealing with storytelling kind of people, listen, 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 and empathize with them. What is empathy? Yes, sir, I understand. Oh my God, I'm sure you'll be able to handle it. Empathy करना है, listening करना है, solutions नहीं देना है. Because these are very, very sensitive issues. Marital problems, parenting issues are sensitive issues, and you are not even qualified to give any advice on all these topics. So please do not give free advice. Once again, I'm telling you, but do listen and do empathize. If you empathize with your bosses, they will be very happy, and it will help you to strike a very cordial relationship with him. So listening is very important. Empathizing is very, very important. The next type of a boss is a socializer, a party buff. This type of a boss is a party type of a person. He wants to have a party at the drop of the hat. For each and every occasion, he wants to have a party. That is a very good thing, but everybody may not like it. But if you are working under this kind of a person, then be sure that you would be expected to organize a party at every second occasion. So what you can do is probably make some arrangements in the office wherein you are celebrating all the festivals. Or when I was in the HR, or when I was working as a counselor for a company, I had advised the departmental heads that they can make a note of the people, their birthdays, and they can have a nice celebration. So this kind of a thing makes your boss happy. So you can do it. A little bit of extra resources might go from your side, but that does not matter, because having a party, it is a de-stressor for your boss, and he becomes very happy, and you never know that he is the person who's getting the cake during a birthday party or a celebration. So if something is making your boss happy, doesn't matter, you should do it. Maybe you enjoy the party or you don't enjoy the party, that is a different thing. पर अगर आपके बॉस को ये पसंद है तो आपको फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम आपको ये ऑर्गेनाइज करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनको हैप्पीनेस मिलती है. द नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ अ बॉस इज मिस्टर एथिकल. ethics. This type of a boss is very, very high on ethics. For him, business is all about ethics. Profit will come later, but first is values, honesty, integrity, contribution to the society, loyalty. All these things are very important for this kind of a boss. So please do not try to digress from any of these intrinsic values, because it will go against you. Your boss is not going to take it, and the larger objective should be very, very high in your mind. You should not try to only think about yourself working under this kind of a boss, because he is a person who is thinking constantly about the well-being of the organization. He is thinking constantly about the well-being of the humanity. तो आप भी थोड़े बहुत वैल्यूज अपने पर्सनालिटी में इंस्टिल कर सकते हो, इनसे सीख सकते हो, and you can start working for the larger benefit of the society instead of thinking only about yourself, because that is going to go completely against you. The next type of a person is a nitpicker. Nitpicker is a person who will constantly nitpick you. इनको खुश रखना बहुत ही मुश्किल होता है. And sometimes people just give up. They feel हमारे बॉस तो खुश ही नहीं होते हमसे, no matter what I do. If I do this, they are going to find a fault with this. If I do this, they are going to find a fault with this. So I am not going to work with 100% commitment. I am not bothered. I am going to give 50% to my work. ऐसा नहीं करना है. आप अपना काम अच्छे से करते रहो. Someday definitely you are going to be recognized. ये उनकी आदत है निट पिक करना. ये अच्छे से नहीं किया, वो अच्छे से नहीं किया, वो क्यों अधूरा है, ये चेयर क्यों ऐसी पड़ी है. That is their nature. Let them be with their nature. They are not going to be high. Even if you are giving a wonderful presentation and you have worked for the past 1 week, you have put in so much effort in the presentation. अगर उसमें कोई फ्लॉ नहीं है प्रेजेंटेशन में, तो आपके बॉस खुश नहीं होंगे. रिमेंबर दैट दे लव टू फाइंड फॉल्ट्स. थोड़ी बहुत उनको फॉल्ट मिल जाएगी तो उनको खुशी मिल जाएगी थोड़ी. सो जस्ट लेट इट बी. इफ दे आर नेट पिकिंग, let them nitpick. But if you are giving 100% to your work and you are devoted to your work, that devotion and dedication will definitely be recognized someday or the other. So working with a nitpicker is a bit difficult, but the strategy to deal with them: overlook, ignore, and continue doing your work. The next type of a person is very passionate. These type of people are very, very passionate about their work. Now, how do you deal with them? What is passion? Passion is that the only thing that they can think of is the work itself. They are not going to talk about anything else. No party, no food. They are not concerned about your family. They are not concerned about anything. Their focus is very, very high, and they are only thinking about the work. So what should your role be working with this kind of a boss? Working with this kind of a boss, your role should be that you should be passionate also. If they see lack of energy in you and you are lackluster and just working without any passion, you are not going to strike a very good equation with your boss. You have to show that you are really, really passionate about your work. For that, you have to be very creative. Give creative suggestions to your boss regarding the work. Show that you are passionate. Find out more things outside. Be resourceful. And only then you can have a very good equation with your boss. Next one is an angry type of a boss. Always angry. Where is this anger coming from? God knows. We are not trying to find out where the anger is going to come from, where it is coming from. They are angry and always critical, always criticizing. So whenever it is not a pleasant experience to work with this kind of a boss, it is very, very difficult to work for them because they are always angry. So, well, as I suggested earlier, you can use techniques to soften them up, you can use techniques to de-stress them, but please do not react. उन्होंने गुस्सा किया आपको तो आप भी वापस गुस्से से कुछ बोल दोगे तो अनिकेत की जॉब जैसे चलेगी वैसे आपकी जॉब भी चली जाएगी. As I said, you have to learn how to manage your boss. अगर he is an angry type of a person, then you have to learn how to manage that anger. Let him release his pent-up feelings. If he is getting angry, let him give his anger out. Let him release his anger. After that, when he is in a sane frame of mind, then you can give him some suggestions or the other. But do not react to an angry boss. It is very, very important that your EQ should be kept under control when you are dealing with these kind of bosses. The next one is a very self-made kind of a person. Well, I don't know what the employees of Mr. Ambani, what kind of a equation they have with him. Probably they do not interact directly with him down the line. But these kind of people, as Dhirubhai Ambani was, they are very, very self-made. They have risen from very low heights to a great height. How would it be working for these kind of people? Well, they know the dignity of work. They know the value of very, very small things. तो आप अगर departmental head हो, तो तैश में नहीं रहना. If you are working under these kind of people, you should also show that you are having value for work and you are having dignity of work. Because these people have seen everything in life. They are not shy of anything. ऐसा मत करना that if you have a beautiful office and a lovely cabin and a lovely chair, you are not going to go down on the shop floor only. Then you will not strike any equation with this kind of a boss. Because this kind of a boss, he can go to the shop floor also, he can clean the basin in the toilet also, and he can go for an international conference also. Their spectrum is so large. So you should also make your spectrum very large that I can do any kind of work and no kind of work is really bad. Okay, so I have given you a brief idea about working with different personality types of bosses and hope it is going to really help you and hope you are going to strike a wonderful equation with your boss by implementing these techniques, not by doing chaplusi. Okay, now for your assignments, let me give you a few questions and a few assignments. And dear students, I expect that you are going to do a little bit of research work as far as any of the topics which I am taking over here is concerned. Because over here the duration is very short, I cannot really elaborate much on the topic. My job over here is to just give you an insight that there is a topic like this. Internet is there, Google is there, go on to the net, do a little bit of research work and then do the assignments. So are you ready to note down the assignments? Please write down. The first one, write a general short note on boss management. The assignment should be for 150 to 200 words. Give the relevant examples. Next one, suppose you have an egocentric boss. How will you deal with him? Give 10 steps for the same. Give 10 steps for the same. Write in about 150 to 200 words. The next one, Mr. Khanna is a perfectionist. He wants everything perfect. He is particular about the housekeeping department. What are the points that you will keep in mind if you are organizing a client meet in the company guest house? I will repeat. What are the points that you will keep in mind if you are organizing a client meet in the company guest house? Write this answer in about 200 to 250 words. Next one. Your boss is extremely workaholic. He does not care about his family time and expects the same from the others also. What strategy will you adopt to work under him? What strategy will you adopt to work under him? Write in about 200 to 250 words. The last one, narrate your own experience about working under a boss and a very difficult experience. How did you cope up with it? And how did you manage your boss? Write the answer in not more than 200 words. I have given you about 5 assignments. I expect you to do any 3 out of them. So dear students, hard work definitely is the key to success. But these days success has a double lock, and there is another key to it, and the other key is managing people. So work very hard, manage people well, and climb the ladder of success. Thank you very much and all the best.